about our Father's business.
Grind mode,
Filled with His Holy Spirit.
that's a cheat code.
Holiness the standard.
We never fold.
We about to make a scene.
Episode.
About our Father's business.
What's up, bro?
What's good with you, man?
Man, first show, and somebody, we gonna be like that ratchet Christian to be like, we gonna blame it on the devil. No,
Right.
Nah, brother.
Hey, it happens.
Hey, things happen, man. So, I'd like to welcome everybody to the very first Not the Same podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm your man C-Micah, and we got
Rob Redeemed.
we in the building, and this is going to be a podcast where we talk about CHH, which is Christian hip hop, as well as sports
Right.
and our Christian faith. So we're going to explain a little bit of who we are, where we come from. First of all, I'm C-Micah, originally from Memphis, Tennessee, now residing in St. Louis. I've been rapping for longer than I've been married, and I've been married almost 19 years, which means I've been rapping a very long time. And I work a job, so that's a summation. Had a couple of good songs, and but God has been faithful, man. And one of my goals of what I want to do with this podcast, man, is just to have fun, man. You know, this is something me and my brother Rob always been doing. One of the ways we met was we met at a music thing, but what really made us hit off real quick was our love of sports. You know, I had all Christian rapper friends, and none of them like sports. It was the weirdest thing ever. I do not understand it. How do you operate? I don't. What? It is crazy. But I had a gang of them that didn't like sports, and when I met this brother, it was like a breath of fresh air. So, you know, that's what I want to do with it. You know, I'm gonna let my man Rod tell you about himself right quick.
Rob Redeemed. I really don't know where I'm from, to tell you the truth, man. I done lived in DC, Cali, Dallas. So I'm from a little bit of everywhere. You can kind of see it or hear it in my music or whatever the case may be. I think my biggest thing with the music is just wanting to impact lives, tell my testimony, be as transparent as possible, not be a studio Christian, if you will. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I don't have a problem with putting my business out there to help the next man or woman. And as far as the podcast go, like my man said, just want to have fun, talk about the faith, talk about music, talk about sports, because that's basically what we do when we sitting around. So hopefully y'all enjoy what y'all hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. We're going to get into this first topic, and we're going to do something different today because, like I said, we really plan to have just a real fun, you know, hype, high energy type show. But
Right.
we got some real things going on, and I want my brother Rob wanted to talk about something about this young man that was murdered senselessly. It was just a bad thing. I don't know all the details, but I know a young man of color was murdered, and this is becoming way too common. You know, this is like the regular thing, and of course we got this disease thing going on, and that's crazy in itself. But it ain't exempted young black men being murdered, man, and that is crazy. So go ahead, brother Rob.
Just sitting about. I mean, being black, and you know, it's obvious. We always go through certain things. If you're from the hood, like myself, I know everybody's been pulled, and I'm not gonna say everybody, but I know a lot of people who've been pulled over by driving while black. And to be murdered, and all you're doing is running down the street, and then it's looked at as no big deal. Then, you know, that's where the outrage come from, and you try to make sense of it. But the bottom line is, I mean, it's nothing what can we do? Because the last time when Mike Brown happened, and then we're here in St. Louis, the riots happened, and it really didn't fix anything. The only thing that happened was a bunch of cats, you know, opportunists came through St. Louis, looted a bunch of stuff, and it hurt a lot of businesses in the area, and it just put St. Louis on the map for the wrong reason. But I mean, it's getting ridiculous, and I didn't want to let this day go past without us mentioning it. Like he said, this is supposed to be fun, but at the same time, like when something like this happened, I don't want to be that deep Christian where it's just all about God and we ain't talking about the reals of what's happening in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's really sad, man. Like I hate the fact that it happened because, you know, it's bad enough with this disease thing. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
It's
right.
bad enough, that we're on quarantine, and I got millions of thoughts about the disease. And if anybody tell you they know exactly what's going on, number one, they lying.
Right, right.
Because we don't know what's going on with this thing, man. And the best thing you can have right now is the blood of Jesus in your life concerning that disease, man. But with this stuff, with the evil intentions and hearts of people, man, to murder folks because of their skin. I experienced that. Like I said, I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and one of my first experiences with racism was like 10 years old. And it was a little kid. And he said, "Hey, mom, look, there's a noon,"
Right,
and it was
right.
like, he didn't see it was wrong. And I couldn't be mad at the kid, but I'm looking at the parent like, bruh, this little kid is calling me this, and I ain't doing nothing but walking down the street. And I can imagine what happened to this young man. I thank God that I didn't get, snuffed out early. But so many people, situation don't go like that. I've been pulled over a gazillion times and searched and all that. And it's a shame, man. And, I repeat, man, like I didn't want to have this dour type podcast, man. But like Rob said, man, we have to keep it real. Like, dog, this is a mess. But with that being said, as a Christian, if you're a parent, plead the blood of Jesus over your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And know where they going, and teach them how to act around people, man, because maybe it won't save them, man, but it could be something to slow them down. You know what I'm saying? Because racism, sometimes you don't get a chance to talk. But I will say this, though. We got to be careful. We got to be led. These are times where you have to be led, let alone being led what you touch, because it could have some corona on it. But
right.
you need to be led about where the kids are going and all that, man. So, we wanted to just make that little quick point about that, man. Rob, I want you to talk about, the other day I saw you say something about the coronavirus, where you were saying, they starting to open up all these doors and everything, man, but be careful, man. Elaborate a little bit on that, bro.
I mean, just for the fact that I know a lot of people who have lost people from the coronavirus, that is real. But then when you look on social media, you still have these big gatherings, people still having parties. And, just because you asymptomatic or not showing signs of it, excuse me if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but just because you're not showing signs of it doesn't mean when you get to the building, you can't pass it off to the next person. For myself, since this all started, I'm high risk. I mean, everybody knows that I'm a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer survivor. So my immune system is compromised. Even though I'm healed, I'm not going to be foolish enough to go out here when I'm constantly getting phone calls, text messages of people telling me, "Hey, can you pray for me? I just lost another friend. Can you pray for me? My mom passed away from this," and we're taking it as a joke. Now, in the beginning, I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't think it was as serious as what it was, because the media hype things up so quick.
Real talk.
And I took it as a joke. Now, I stayed my tail home, don't get me wrong, but as far as like staying home and not going nowhere, in the beginning I wasn't doing that. So just I want y'all to be safe and use wisdom. Even though these businesses are opening up, as much as I hate to say it, put your mask on, because I know I'm guilty of not wearing my mask. Wash your hands. That shouldn't even have to be an announcement to wash your hands, but just take the necessary precautions so that you're safe out here, man. Because if you pass away, your loved ones can't even put you in the ground correctly right now. 10 at a time, if the hospitals even allow you, if the funeral home even will pick you up from the morgue from the hospital, because some funeral homes not even taking people in. So just something to think about.
Most certainly, man. And it's crazy. I have a lot of thoughts about this. And what I mean by that is that, the more and more information I get, the more I trust anything that the government says. I'm just going to be 100%, 1,000% real.
Right.
And, I fully believe there is a disease out there. The effects of it, I do not know. I've had, just like you told me, I've had family members affected by it. So I do believe it's real, man. But at the same time, man, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And what I don't want is to allow fear to come in.
Right.
Because, you remember in the book of Job, the Bible says Job's fears came upon him. And you got to be careful, because it's like, we got this thing out here. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to wash the black off my hands. I'm scared because I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. You know what I mean? And then you look up and then you get it. And it may be because like this biblical thing, what happened, your fears came upon you because you allowed it to become such a fear. You know what I mean? So wisdom, obviously, do what they say. Wash your hands and do all that, man. But don't allow fear to grip you. Know whose you are. Number one, man, we in a fallen world. No shock any of this happened, man.
Right.
And more things is gonna happen because this world is falling. But we part of the kingdom, man, and we in his grace. His grace can help us, you know what I mean? So straight up, man, for everybody out there, man, just be careful with this COVID thing and get knowledge. Ask God to lead you because he'll show you some stuff. Straight up.
Hey, I say this too also on what you just said about fear. So I talked to someone today who went to the doctor, and the doctor actually told this individual, keep your spirits up because fear compromises your immune system. So if a regular doctor is saying that, we're not on here being deep as Christians saying that, you know, fear actually compromises your immune system, not just from COVID, but it compromises your immune system to the regular common cold because you already have your body in a nervous state. So just think about that. That's coming from a doctor, and that's not even being on no deep, you know, Christian type talk. That's just real talk from a regular doctor saying fear can compromise your immune system.
It's real talk, man. So let's get into this topic, man. You watched The Last Dance, bro?
Yeah, I've been on top of it. I mean, shoot, with no sports on, and I mean, from the era we in, you know, we're a little, got a little wisdom under our belt. You know, we saw Mike play, so a lot of people think it's fluff.
See, these cameras hiding these grays. It look real good in this camera, but they don't even know.
Shoot, I don't know, Wolfman over here, man. I can't hide these. But no, man, that Last Dance has been on point, man. What you thinking?
Man, you know what was crazy to me is like that brother's competitive spirit, man. Like he was such a beast out there. Right. You know what I mean? Like he would go so hard, and that brother would win at any means possible. You know, and you know, a lot of people had this discussion about, is LeBron the GOAT? I think people call LeBron the GOAT because they ain't seen Mike like live. You know what I mean? Right. You know, I've heard these discussions like, do you think that LeBron could work in the 80s? You know, like when Mike was playing. Man, absolutely. This dude is 6'9" and about 250, all rock. Of course he can play in those. But what he don't have, I guess the difference is he didn't have that killer as a young age like Mike, man. I think Mike, man, he'll beat his own mama if they trying to, whoever, you know, a dude's so competitive, you know what I mean? So I just think brother is from a different era, man. But what really stood out to me, man, that stuff about Scotty. Like, bro, like he seriously sat out a season because they weren't paying him. Like everybody, like Mike was making $30 million a year, right? And Scotty was making $2 million. Like, man, that's a tragedy, bro. Scotty Pippen,
right.
No, I mean,
my favorite player. So.
I mean, quiet as kept, he was just as good. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to me, man. But and what's even worse as a believer, man, the show is better when you see the cussing in it. I'm sorry. I mean, you try to do the edited version. Nah, man, you got to feel that joint. You know, especially if you're a hooper for it, you gonna have to go on and feel all that punch.
Hey man, hey look, for every believer on this podcast who may be looking or who may watch later on, you done slipped up and said a couple of words when you playing ball. If you truly play ball, you done slipped up. It may not have been nothing major, but you done slipped up and said something out of the norm.
Especially if you want to win. Now, if you out there trying to be, look, this is this thing I used to play in high school. We call this, I used to always play with church folks, man. I played in my church, played all the time, but some of us really was trying to play on the high school team, and some of us was what we call fellowship. Yeah, the fellowship player. You know, I'm out. You know, we out here for that good fellowship, but we ain't trying to really win this game. But if you of day that trying to win, yeah, you got to watch your mouth. I ain't advocating cussing. I'm not a cursor. But I can get angry, man. Let somebody slap you in your face right quick. You know, that dang may turn into something else. You be like, oh, forgive me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, super quick. But getting back on that competitive instinct and the LeBron factor, that's the reason I've always rated the folks the way that I rated them. Like, I feel like MJ is the GOAT, you know, just the rings. but he the GOAT for his era. I felt like Kobe was the GOAT. Like people was straight scared of Michael when you look at The Last Dance. People were straight scared of Kobe when Kobe came into the building because Kobe was a killer, bro. Like he was a straight killer.
Absolutely.
And Michael say that Kobe took all his moves from him, and you can kind of see it even in the mannerisms.
Yeah.
With LeBron is the nice guy, and
Right.
I think
Right.
Mike and Kobe didn't care about being the nice guy. They was the buttholes.
They weren't trying to be your friend at all.
No, they wouldn't. And LeBron's a little different, but I can't deny 8 straight finals, bro. Like I can't deny it.
But he a little different though.
Hey, all I'm saying is, me and you cool as that deal. I ain't getting on no banana boat with you, bro.
Say it again for the people in the back, bro. Hey,
We cool as that deal.
Hey.
I am not getting on the banana boat with you, brother. That ain't popping off.
we as best friends, I ain't getting no banana boat, bro. No banana nothing, actually, bro. We ain't gonna even eat bananas around each other. For
Hey,
real,
but,
man.
who do you think in the league right now? Who you think got that killer in them? I started off by saying Westbrook definitely got that killer where he could have played in that time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Westbrook. Oh, they kind of hard to find now. Hold on. Zebo, he don't play no more.
Yeah,
Pun intended, because that's my team. But let's see who else. I still think LeBron could do it. You know, he will whine a little bit, but he'll toughen up. Definitely Westbrook. He 100% got that mentality. I even say Klay Thompson, man.
yeah.
Klay Thompson. He look. No offense to the light skinned brother. He light skinned, but he a dog.
Right. Hey, shout out to Gully and Ruben.
Hey, shout out to Gully and Ruben. Hey, they who respect. But you know the mantra. So look, bro, I think Klay, Steph, he'll be a lot of play, but I still think he'll dog them dudes. Let's see. But as for the killer that's gonna win by any means necessary, I say Westbrook, Kawhi, definitely.
Yeah.
I give it to Paul George. He got it in him. You don't see it with Paul George, bro?
I don't. I think every team that Paul's been on, he had a killer with him. So he kind of took that killer mentality. When he was in Indiana,
I was just about to say though, but who was with him in Indiana though?
Nobody, and he wasn't killing. I mean, he was a great player.
Come on, bro.
I wouldn't call him a killer. Man. I can't do it, man. I'll go back and look at some highlights after this episode. We'll see what's going on.
Okay, we can go with that.
Right.
Kyle Lowry. Say about Kyle Lowry. Now he's short. I don't like the look. I don't like the way he play. He play because he flop a lot, but he go hard though.
In the regular season.
Okay.
I'd take Kyle in the regular season.
But bro, they won a championship last year.
Yeah, but Kawhi
That
was
was
there.
Kawhi. Yeah, Siakam did something too though.
Yeah, Siakam is a beast. I'll give it to I think Kyrie got that killer in him, man.
Bro, he too much on that naughty, man. He ain't got time, man. That brother was he trying to see if the earth flat when he hooping, man. He ain't.
Hey, but he embarrassing you at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
This is true.
I didn't think he had this. I thought he was soft in the beginning, but KD got that killer in him, dog. When they made Kevin Durant mad, and he went on them streets, I feel like KD had a killer. This dude not a superstar, but I feel like what's my little man? The little goon out in the Clippers. My man
Pat Bev.
Hey, bro.
Hey, straight goon.
1,000%. Yeah, one word. And for all my followers, y'all know what that one word is. That's what he is when he out there on that
hood ninja then.
Yeah. One word.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Gotta have him on the squad for sure.
Okay, so speaking of players in that time, who you think you could play now? Now we gonna just go on and say Jordan, I know, but of the rest of the people, like you think Magic could play now?
I think Magic could play because of his height. I feel like
he was slow as ever, bro. Like
he was slow, but
I'm a Magic fan, but that brother was super slow.
Hey, check this out. He was slow, but yet and still they were the Showtime Lakers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like a great team can slow down the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Houston want to get you out there and run. But if you turn around and you play like Milwaukee, they kind of have a slower pace when they play the ball and when they play the game, but they're just as good. Boston, kind of a slower pace this year with Tatum, Walker, Marcus Smart, and all them guys. But going back to that era, Scottie Pippen definitely could play. I'm talking about people who can stretch the floor. Yeah. I think Chris Webber could probably still play. Karl Malone. Some of the Shaq definitely could still play today. I don't care if he couldn't shoot a free throw or a three. He gonna get you down there. You know what I'm saying? He gonna. I don't know, man. I mean, just transitioning the game. That's the problem with the GOAT conversation. It's errors. You know what I mean? Like Wilt scored 100 points, but we don't call him the greatest player of all time. He scored 100 points playing a bunch of 6'2" guys, all height. I mean, now granted, he did play against Bill Russell and Kareem and them later on, but I'm just saying, like when he was breaking records in black and white, like he was the only black dude on the court. No, you know, and 7 foot. Like, what can you do? That's like me playing my kids. So
yeah. Well, I would say, I think who else I think would be? I definitely think Isaiah Thomas. The original Isaiah.
The original Isaiah?
Zeke was a problem. Zeke was a problem. Now he was a jerk on the court. He win by any means necessary, and he didn't shake Mike's hand, which I don't think is no big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal either.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you're a hooper, man, you don't want to shake everybody's hand. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Mark Iverson. Definitely Iverson. Mark.
Oh yeah. Definitely. For sure.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
I forgot about AI. AI gave him that business.
AI was a beast. AI was a beast.
And didn't lift not one weight his whole career.
Bro, he I ain't gonna say what he lifted, but yeah, that brother was definitely a beast on the court, man. Let's see, man, I don't know who else, bro. I don't know who else. I will say this, man. It's this COVID thing really sucks in the sense of sports, man. And I'm gonna say for only this reason, because I have to talk about it. My rookie of the year for my team.
Oh, he got that killer.
Yeah, he is a dog.
He got that killer.
But man, we was gonna make the playoffs, or we might have made the playoffs. But bruh, I'm so happy. My face don't show it, but bruh, I'm so happy to actually have a superstar. If you know anybody's watching, if you follow a team, you ride or die. Because I love the Memphis Grizzlies because of what's on the front of the jersey. I'm from Memphis. I love Memphis. So the fact that we lucked up and whoever got paid for us to actually get a superstar, thank you. I appreciate you.
Right.
And I need that brother back on the court straight up. Hold up, Jason. Let's see what Mark said. Jason Kidd. I liked old J. Kidd.
I like OJ. I don't like Asen Kidd when he didn't have a J. Asen Kidd didn't have a jumper to save his life. I like the mature Jason Kidd when he could actually shoot the ball.
This brother said Asen Kidd.
That boy didn't have a J to save his life.
Hey, he had dimes though, bro.
He had dimes, but he shouldn't have been co-rookie of the year. Look, I ride with Duke all day long. I know everybody know this. Grant Hill should have got that rookie of the year by himself.
Grant Hill was a beast.
Yeah, Grant Hill should have got that.
No doubt. Man, I think one thing about that show that I think was crazy, man. One more thing about it was Jordan ran that joint, bro. Like, look. So when Rodman talking about I need a break, he went to the coach, and the coach went to Michael and said, "All right, Mike, can he go? Can he take a break?" Like this dude, like own the team or something, man. Like that joint is crazy.
Hey, the other part about it, man, like everything he said was gonna happen, it happened. Like if he told him, "Hey, he ain't scoring no more. Hey, you won't lose this game. Are we gonna win this championship?" Like my man spoke on it and he came through, and I don't think nobody else has been able to do that because you know I'm a big Dwayne Wade fan. Basketball Dwayne Wade fan, and I'll leave it.
You don't care about the team.
So you dig what I'm saying. So I'm a big D Wade basketball fan, and when they got on there and talking about some not one, not two, not three, and they started talking about all these championships, and they didn't come through, I was a little disappointed in that.
Yeah. So let's see. Mark Ant says Chef Curry, Tatum, and of course King Bron. Yeah, of course Bron.
Oh yeah. And Tatum a beast too.
Yeah, I
Tatum.
rock with Tatum. I agree with you on that, Mark Ant.
Oh yeah,
Tatum for real.
And Chef Curry is just hands down. That dude does things I've never seen in my life. So
what up, Murray?
Murray, what's good, man?
Yeah, Chef Curry, he changed the game, man. He got everybody shooting threes right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he do. It get on my nerves because when you're trying to play with people out here, they don't even let you set up with a rebound. What up, Scooter?
What up, bro? We got to get you on one day, bro.
Yeah, soon, real soon.
You tell us how to do a podcast.
The right way. We already started off late, but that was technical difficulties.
Yeah, blame it on production, but I'm my own production. Let's see. So yeah, this one thing, you know, Rob, me and you didn't talk about. I want to do this on the shows, man, where guys can ask questions like Mark is doing. Mark is a trailblazer. You know what I'm saying? So it's how we think the NBA would look moving forward with everything going on.
That's tough, man.
It's gonna be tough.
You know what I think? I think folks gonna have the COVID testing gonna be like the drug testing. Cats gonna have to get tested before they go out there, and you know, it go from there. I don't know how quick the test really turn around. I think it's like but it's the NBA. If they need a quick test,
I heard they got them like them 5-hour joints now, though.
Yeah, so
they'll probably got the bread. You know, they got the bread to do it, but you know what?
They'll probably do mandatory testing.
You know what I heard was, you know, Adam Silver has the money to get the test, had a capacity to get the test, like 100,000 of them joints. So it'd be for all the workers going in and out the facility, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he don't want to do it while everybody in the world ain't got enough tests, because you know it's all about the way the image look.
Oh yeah, and he's smart. He a businessman. He a businessman.
Scooter, right? Brother Will Addison, what's up, brother? What's
going on, bro?
Say hello to Miki. Be set forever.
Appreciate the love, Will. Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Rob, we wanted to talk about right quick before we go on to the next subject is people wanting to be able to submit their songs to be played on here. Tell them how to do it, bro.
Just submit. You can go www. or Gmail. My fault. All right, I'm gonna start this all the way. Not the same podcast at Gmail. I was about to get Rob Redeemed, and my bad, man. I'm plugging self. Not the same podcast at gmail.com. Y'all can submit your songs, and then we'll send the waiver and everything over. So when we going through those transitions, then you guys can hear your songs being played. And the only thing we'll ask, if you submit your song, just follow us, follow the podcast, and like us. And then, you know, we'll play your song on here, and then we'll tell you who you are, you know, where you from and what you got going on for that little bit of time.
Absolutely.
Trying to support, man. Yeah,
so we trying to do this thing a lot, man. We trying to do this every week, God willing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need your help. We need you commenting. We need you to like the page. And we ain't done. We got one last topic. We're going to talk about what's going on in CHH. Both of us are CHH rappers. We are what you call adult. All caps, adult CHH rappers, you know, because you know, we got families, we got wives, we got jobs. And but
and
one thing,
I got kids with a Z.
Not an S, with a Z.
Kids.
What up, Jerry Fudge, brother? How you doing?
Jerry, what's going on?
Yep. But so one of the things that happened last week, I heard that a bunch of Christian rappers basically took a weekend and made diss tracks towards each other. It was crazy. I don't know. I know one of the guys personally, and they said they were just doing it for fun, just to flex their skills. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was, brother got a little emotional. People got their feelings, and it became a problem. You know what I'm saying? And people got real mad at each other and all that because they was just have. You funny, Cortez. Y'all the YCH. No, you ain't funny. You right. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. But nah, man. So, you know, the brother start doing like literally diss tracks. And it was crazy. You know, for me personally, I ain't into that. I always think it's whack. Any Christian rapper do a diss track. But I understand people having fun, so I don't want to come off as like this super judgmental do,
Right.
because I'm not really there. And but I just think that's crazy, man. Like, why would you do that? Like, I am not shocked anybody got in their feelings, man, for real.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. As cool as me and you are, I ain't doing no diss tracks. For one, we know too much about each other.
Hold on. Let me bring myself back. Facts.
We know too much about each other,
let's don't do diss tracks.
and the only thing that's gonna happen is we're gonna end up knuckling it up,
Right.
And then it's gonna be, the land on the hands, and it ain't gonna be for prayer. So the diss track, man, I guess I can understand it in fun. I think my man's my little bro Demetrius Radiant, I know he had something like battle rapping. He had an idea to do battle rap way before all this stuff got popular. So shout out to Demetrius, because he was ahead of his time. He was talking about this about 5 or 6 years ago, no lie.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing about it, anytime you do a battle rap, anytime you do a diss rap, is I don't see the purpose of it. I mean, that's just my humble opinion, but yeah, I'm cool on the diss and the battle rap thing, because you say something slick, I'm gonna have to repent after the fact.
Bro, shout out to Letitia Beck. I think she spoke to you, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, my brother Cortez says it's whack. We gotta call it out. That's facts, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, seriously, like like I said, man, I don't want to be judgmental, man, because me and Rob talked about this before we did the show. One thing is crazy is a lot of the rappers now, we're a little over a decade older than. So for us to be like, man, that's stupid, is whack, because we on a whole different mindset of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about, we so far past being signed. Only thing I'm signing is a check, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so far past that. And it's no hate towards nobody. It's just I'm at a different age group. So when I was 22, oh, bro, yeah, I do a diss track in a minute. I was on it because really in my mind, I was trying to be like the world much as I can, because it's like, man, I want to be just as hard as the world. You know what I'm saying? I had that mindset. Also, I was barely married. Number one, I just got married. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really trying to, I had no big achievements in my head at that time. My main achievement was trying to be Mr. Superstar rapper at that time. I was trying to go as far as I can. I was wanting to get signed. I actually knew Lecrae used to stay in Memphis, and I knew the brother. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm a deal with Reach. You know what I'm saying? You know how you get to talking to people, you get a little arrogant, and then gotta humble you real quick, give you that real quick. Yeah, I got that. So, but at that age, man, I wouldn't even, like I said, I wouldn't even thinking about like the gravity of what a diss track would do. So, like, with all that being said, what I mean is I don't want to down the brothers that did it, but hopefully they'll learn from it, man, because like you ain't gonna be able to down another brother and they just gonna laugh it off like it's comedy, bro. It is not comedy. Like, you get to talking crazy about me on the song, like half of me gonna be like, I just want to go visit you, especially if you're in St. Louis. I know where everybody stay. Like, bro, like, come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But thank God none of the St. Louis artists do that. We don't really, any beef I heard about it 5 years after it happened, basically.
Right.
So,
okay.
And none of it ever involved me or really you. So I don't ever be worried about that. But I'm just saying, man, like, that's crazy. And I'm sure it probably helped them brothers flex their rap skills, though. I bet it did help that. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But I just couldn't see myself doing it, man.
No, I'm with you.
What's up, Nigel? 100%. What's up, bro? How you doing?
MOG, what's going on, bro?
In the house. Yeah, man. But yeah, like my man Jerry Fudge just said right here, it's all love in St. Louis, straight up. And in my hometown, Memphis, same way. All them rappers banding together, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the best thing. I mean, coming together and doing something as a team as opposed to being divided, man. That's the one thing. When it comes to the music, transitioning from the diss, I gotta say I did my homework. If anybody know me or have talked to me,
I gotta come back for that. Hold up, what?
Yeah, I did my homework, brother. I actually went out and listened to a bunch of CHH artists that like I get stuck in a bubble. I got a hard time with listening to just all CHH. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm a local head, so I'm talking about Tarsia,
Toy.
Ruben,
Yep.
Gully,
Yep.
Integ,
Shout out to all of
Laborers,
them.
ST Alien, the
Hmm.
Rios, the Deidre Denises, everybody in the Lou. If I didn't name you, I'm sorry. It's a gang of y'all out here. Shoes, Lil Thee,
We got a million
um,
unsigned
yeah,
artists. A million.
Leon, like honestly, St. Louis has an empire when it comes to CHH artists. If
Definitely.
everybody could get
Definitely.
past whatever the issues may be.
Facts.
With that being said, I listened to I wrote a list down. All this week I've been listening to some of the artists coming out because if you're gonna be in the genre, you do need to support. They may not minister to me. That's one of my favorite words. They don't minister to me. I'll never call anybody whack. I'll just say, they don't minister to me because I remember when I first started, before I released in 2012, I had a well-known artist tell me, "Oh yeah, that joint cool if you just gonna share it with your family."
Mm.
And here I am
Mm.
now, and glory be to God, internationally known. No, I'm not doing international tours, but internationally known as Rob Redeemed, and my songs have touched and to the glory be to God. You know what I'm saying? But had I listened to that one person telling me I was only good enough for my family, so that's why I never call anybody whack,
Yeah.
because basically that's what the homeboy did to me.
Yeah.
Just called me whack without calling me whack.
Yeah.
Anyways, I
In
know,
love.
and yeah, in love.
Quotations.
One day, I
Yeah.
listened to her album. The joint was cool, vibe. I'm not gonna talk about replay value. I'm just gonna say one day,
Yeah.
Top Razzle,
Yeah.
Hovey, Mitch Darrell, Jay Crum, Aaron Cole,
Hmm.
1K, few, 1K on fire right now.
Yeah.
Um, Gavi, his new album, super dope. You got the Bizzle with the Brian Trejo, KB Armies. We had that playing on here.
Hold
And
up,
like I
bro.
said,
Brother Will asked a question.
Dayton said no.
He said, "Is CHH dead?" David said, "No."
I think it
I
all
don't think it's
depends.
dead.
I don't
But
think it's, but I will also say this: it depends on the definition of CHH now. You know what I
yeah.
mean? For
Yeah.
what me and C do, Wilbert and you. I mean, you know, I mean, you heard the project. We put the word in our music, so if you're talking about word base, I think a lot of people are kind of shying away from putting the word in it. And I'm not saying that you're not a Christian rapper if you don't put it in there. All I'm saying, if it's the power in the name of Jesus and we're Christian rappers and we never mention our Christianity, then you're just rapping. So I think it all depends on the new CHH wave. The new CHH wave is all about entertainment, and it ain't nothing wrong with entertaining. It ain't nothing wrong with trying to be on. For
Yeah.
me, I'm doing quite well without being signed to a label. Like I'm not hurting,
Yeah.
and I have fun, making the music and doing what I'm able to do. So it's dead in some senses, or it's a remnant. There we go.
Yeah.
There's a remnant of
Yes, sir.
rappers who are still doing
Yeah.
gospel rap. Christian hip hop, maybe that's, but gospel rap where you actually preach the gospel. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off my soapbox and let C go ahead and take that off, man.
Yeah. So I don't believe it's dead at all. I think it's very alive and kicking, but in different ways. So answering my brother Will's question is the way I grew up learning and understanding CHH, which is like from cross movement as a Southern kid, but I fell in love with them because I love the word and they made the word sound cool. Yeah, that ain't coming back.
Right.
Never. That ain't
Yeah.
coming back.
Yes.
It's different now. And this whole generation is different now. And that their ways of showing respect to God is very different than the way we have. It almost would seem to the way CHA started back in them cross movement days, it almost seemed shallow. But it don't mean all of them is like that. I just think they're in a process. And what I mean by that is going back to what I was saying earlier. When you 22, 19, 22, 23, your priorities are very different
Way different
than when you
way
30
different.
something. And you don't understand, you may not understand the importance of putting the word in your music because the word may have not rocked you to the point that you feel like you need to talk about it all the time. It may have rocked you to the point that you don't want to go to hell, but you ain't trying to raise that banner. But now when you get into that point of where like, okay, this has changed my life. Or like Rob, I had cancer. All of a sudden, I ain't got cancer no more. Ain't nobody did it but God. Oh yeah, you gonna put it in the music because you seen something, you had some experiences. And I think some of them guys just really gonna have to do that. You know, they gonna have to really. They just got to keep living. And if they don't never come out of it, then you know that's that. Like for example, you know, Lecrae, he had this little moment, 5-6 year moment where you know I think bro was tripping. You know, that's his business, but you know he was kind of off a little bit. You hear some of the more music now. Now it's about restoration. Now it's coming back because you grow up, man. Like you go through stuff, and you know that's no great plug for Lecrae or nobody else. I'm just saying him as an example. You know, so I just think CHH is not dead. It's different. That's what it is. It's different, definitely. But I saw another question up here.
I'm gonna have to listen to that Dayton. I know he just dropped not too long ago. Yeah. I'm gonna go have to check that out this week and find and see what they spitting on.
Yeah. Let's see. Cortez, Vivid Core is all about gospel rap. This is facts, brother. I agree.
That's why I rock with y'all.
I agree. I do agree. So my wife took my my little list, bro. You got the list. What was the next thing we supposed to talk about?
No, that was we pretty much on point as far as everything that we were supposed to talk about, man.
I know, but hold on. My brother Will had another question. This is a good question.
Yes, sir.
Check this out.
Good
question, brother Will.
Good question. Is. Hey, I'll say this. I think they do sound the same, but if you listen to mainstream hip hop,
it sounds the same.
It sounds the same,
right? And
it's no secret. Like our genre of music is really a subgenre, you know, in itself, and we kind of follow the waves. But it all sounds the same. If you listen to a beat, it's the same bass line, same hi-hat, whatever the case may be, and then the cat over it spitting is what makes it unique, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. A lot of them do sound the same. I was listening to a dude the other day, and I swore up and down it was Aaron Cole, and when I looked down at Spotify, I was somebody totally different. So, or prime example, I got a shout out to Christian Raps. They put Diagnose out there, and I'm looking in the comments, and somebody say I sound like a slave Slim Thug. I've been hearing that since I started rapping. So it's gonna always right. It's gonna always.
What's up, Chris? My bad, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. What up, Save? It's going to always sound the same in one way or another. It's going to always be a comparison, if you will.
Yeah.
And right now, like when we came in, like C just said, when we came in, it was cross movement, you know, Truth, Flame. Yep. You had guys like Everyday Process, K Drama. Mm-hmm. Like, so they were real heavy on biblical. But most of these guys, you got to remember, the 5 years that he was talking about Lecrae kind of doing his thing, that's their bar. Right. Lecrae, he set the bar at that point, and they seeing him do the mixtapes. And I'm not, listen, anybody hearing the sound of my voice, I'm not dissing Lecrae. So don't go trolling me after talking about why we got to, that's not what I'm saying.
Please
what I'm saying is that's their bar. You know what I'm saying? And I have no issues with Lecrae. Every time I've met this brother, he's been solid. So I don't have an issue with him. But he's the bar. He set the bar for most of these young rappers. And now you got the NFs coming out. So they're seeing that there's other ways to do it. And the bottom line is everybody rapping Christian rap ain't Christian. They only in it to get their foot through the door so they can get to the next level.
Talk to them.
You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm tight. I'm getting them over here. I'm eating them.
Yeah.
So a record label come in and say, okay, let's take you over here.
Yeah.
So, and that's been happening for the longest, man, even with singers, not just rap.
Of course. And that, you know, that'll never change, man. That'll never change. But I say this, man, like back to what Will was saying, no, CHH is not dead. You know, it would never die. But they just I think we have to all come back to our first love, man. But I think the best way to do that, like I said, you want to live some life, man. Like, you gonna know who your God is. Like, if you was full-time rap ministry right now, you gonna know who God is now.
Oh yeah.
I bet you know now. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no shows. There's nothing.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You can do a live show or whatever, but you not, you know, who's gonna give you an honorarium to go live at the house? You see what I'm saying? So, and you know, me and Rob, so many times, you know, we've had rappers laugh at us and be like, man, you working, man, you supposed to go all the way. look, man, I got a woman back there I got to take care of. You know, I got family, man. I got goals. I want to retire. It's hard to retire from rap. Let's be real. Now it's some that is making money that can retire, but that's not everybody. And I think the net is getting a little bit wider where a lot of more people can come in. You know what I mean? Where, you know, you may not be Lecrae, but you may be able to be Social Club. You may be able to be Aaron Cole. You may be able to be that. But let's name a lot of those people. How many of them me and Rob's age? We ain't gonna tell you our age, but I mean on my age, I'm gonna tell you, not many. Maybe Lecrae. That's about it. You know what I mean? And a couple of them from around here. No names. Yeah. But you know, the main point is, man, like, you just got to know why you're doing this and never let that go. Because my thing is, man, I always looked at myself as a full-time rapper with a full-time job. And what I meant, every weekend I gave it, and I'll go travel, I'll go do all the stuff I got to do. I'll go out of town, be on a plane, and a lot of them tickets I'm paying for myself. You know what I mean? And I was living off the merch table or whatever. And then a lot of times they get there and people are sense the anointing. And then they'll be like, you know what, man, we're going to give you something. But a lot of times I had to go out there on faith. You know what I'm saying? And Robin went with me a million times. So I'd be like, bro, I need you to ride. And we go ride, we go do it, and God will show up. And what I realized is that was my lane. And that worked for me. But it don't work for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, ain't nothing wrong with working. Ain't nothing wrong with working. Especially if you got a wife. She'll be much more happier. You know what I'm saying? Because her birthday gonna look a lot more nicer. Yeah, like Mark said, the truth said the best. You can work a job and kill it on Spotify. Talk to him. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Because these times, you know, a lot of dudes don't even perform no more. You know what I'm saying? They getting all streaming numbers. And which is, that's a whole nother podcast is streaming, man. It's a joke. You're gonna be trying to live off that, bro. You're gonna be eating crumbs. You're gonna be on WIC or what's the government service? You know what I'm saying? I remember y'all remember back in the day, Ricky Thomas, what's up, brother? I remember back in the day when unfortunately Ambassador had his issue, right? And he was doing an interview. He was talking about, yeah, you know, I was traveling, I was doing these tours, man, but you know, me and my wife was on WIC. What? You know what I mean? I'm gonna say, what? You're traveling, you're doing tours, you're getting booked at all these big festivals, but you're on WIC. Does that add up? You know what I mean? And you can look at it and be like, yo, man, it's all for the glory of God. Yes, it's all for the glory of God. But what if you got a degree and you're gonna look at your wife and say, well, God told me to rap, but I got this degree in IT, a computer programming that can make me about $60,000 a year, but I'm gonna choose this path just to rap and make maybe 25, maybe. And you gotta tweet all day. You gotta Instagram all day to maybe get to that point. What is that, man? You know what I mean? So, and no hate to anybody that does that, but man, like I said earlier, coronavirus will find it out though. Because what show you going to? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? And I thank God, like I had some troubles at my job and pay reductions and all that, but you know what I still got? A job. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can still look at my wife and say, oh yeah, the rent gonna be paid this month. You know what I mean? Right. Car note gonna be paid. Don't worry about it. I got this. That's what changed me. Because I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy where I was gonna make it and nothing else. And I was married, a young married man, and I was gonna make it, man. I was gonna give up everything to make it because I wanted to be a star. I felt like I had some talent. I had to go. And then I messed around and had bounced accounts. And it's like, okay, they ain't gonna work. And the worst thing ever is be in the house and our power get cut off or something. And my wife looking at me like, Negro, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, nah, but I gotta get this album out though. But the power off. I gotta get this album out though. But you getting kicked out the house though. I gotta get this album out though, and they pulling your car up out the driveway. And that made something change my mind because I wanted to be able to look at my wife and say, baby, don't you worry about nothing. I got this. Number one, God got me, and I got this. I'm the head of this house. You know what I mean? And that's what changed me, brother. You know, I didn't mean to go into all that, man, but it's real anyhow.
Yeah, I'll speak on that as far as I understand why people be on the grind. You know, from like when you hustle, that's what you know. You know what I'm saying? you a hustler and you got that hustle mentality. Like, hey, I'm get this merch. I got these followers. I got this. And for some, it is a success story. But y'all only see the success. Y'all don't see the failure behind it, or the ones who took the blueprint for someone else who did do all those things. They lost everything, but then they end up in stardom. That's far in between. And the only thing that me and C is saying for anybody listening is, we're not saying don't follow your dreams, don't chase your dreams. What we also trying to say is don't spend your life chasing something that God wouldn't have you to do. Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's why we say be led, be spirit led, use wisdom when you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because my man Dre Smitty say this all the time. Christian rap is not a cash cow. You know what I mean? I think about Brian Trejo. Like, the brother ministry is powerful. I've been on at some of the same venues with this brother, and it was packed out. Yep. And I will tell you this, that man's schedule was packed for 2020. For the end, you know,
brother, like, every weekend that brother was gone. Every other day.
Every other day he had a show
on Tuesdays. You know,
and
you'll never get booked on Tuesday.
But just think about this. Brian Trejo in a month could do anywhere from 20 to 25 shows in a month. And I may be exaggerating a little bit, but one thing I'll say about Brian T is this brother, he trusting in the Lord. Now, I don't know what his financial pocket's looking like, but I know if you charging $1,500 a show and you got 15 to 25 shows a month, he ain't hurting. But exactly. Now we got COVID. What is he gonna do? You gonna do a 10-person show?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. You don't no gatherings more than 10, and it just don't add up. So just you don't risk your family for the sake of.
That's the biggest thing.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get me and C age, and now you got a whole life of regrets because now you don't have a relationship with your kids. You don't have a relationship with your ex-wife or your girlfriend or whatever the case, man. I say ex because when them bills start piling up, man, and you can't pay it, like, listen, Mark, I know you still on here. That verse that I gave you, brother, when I was talking about my life, you don't want to go through a whole winter with no power, with no electric, me and my uncle was in the dark. You dig what I'm saying? And we made things like kerosene heaters heat. That's it. In St. Louis, cold as ever, but we made it work. And if you're going to give that to your family and you got babies, it's just not worth it. You got to count up the cost, man. Is all I'm saying.
And I feel like, if God meant for it to be, he'll work it out. For example, you can be somebody like my brother minister, and that brother fine. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if God called you to that, then it's that. But you can't decide what your calling is. You can't just be like, that's my calling. The calling ain't decided by you. It's decided by God. You know what I mean? He's the one that gives you the calling and the gifts. And when he gives you that and you recognize it, then you'll find some provision for it there. But if it's something where he's just telling you to do just for right now, then you do it for right now and take your black behind to work, or your white behind, or your brown behind, or your peach behind. Go to work. Because the Bible says if a man don't work, he shouldn't eat. You know what I'm saying? So now I understand. If you get signed and your work is the music and God told you to do it, do that to the fullest. But if not, then follow like our brothers you see on the camera right now, just go and get a job. And if you need one, holler at both of us. We may be able to steer you in direction, because some people say that I ain't getting no job, and then we mess around and try to get you one. And then we see the other side of it too. It ain't no calling, you just don't want to work. You want all that weight to be on your wife's back. It was never designed biblically to be on her back. I'm just talking about
she tripping.
Yeah, she tripping, man. She's supposed to work 2 jobs for me. I get my ministry off the ground. Man, stop, bro. Stop.
Hey, but hey, we gonna go ahead and wrap that up.
Go ahead.
Probably lost about 10 viewers off that one, but we wasn't talking to you, brother or sister. We just talking in general because we see it so much, man. Just having a knucklehead mentality. Like, I didn't start rapping until 2012, but by then I had been through so much turmoil that only thing my ministry has been about is being transparent. And I always said, like, when God gave me Rob Redeemed, like 2012. I just came out of remission in 2007, and he showed me Rob Redeemed. Mm-hmm. I didn't pick up nothing. My cousin Zoo, he gave me a beat and said, "Cuzzo, try this." And I'm giving backstory behind this and about the call and making a point. He said, "Do this." And the Lord, I said, "Lord, if you want me to rap, then you're going to have to put the pad. You're going to have to give me the lyrics." And I promise you, me and my cousin recorded my first project, that Redeemed Obedient Believer, in his closet in his apartment. And it took us every bit of, I think, 3 weeks, because God had gave it to me. He gave me everything to say, and it's always been like that. So only time I have a writer's block is when I'm trying to do it on my own. So God actually told me to do this, and it's all about impacting lives, man. Like if somebody hear the sound, if they hear a song and be like, "I'm encouraged," guess what? For me, that just went platinum. If they hear the song and they give their life to Christ, or they repent for something they did, they forgive a loved one, like anything that can hinder them from having a relationship with the Lord, if my song encourages them to get through the day, that's enough for me, because I do have a job, I do have a retirement plan, or whatever the case may be. So I'm comfortable. Now, if he see fit and it take off, like me and C gonna release a project soon, and that joint take off, I'm not quitting my job.
Right.
We just gonna be traveling on the weekends, getting it in.
Yeah, that ain't the plan. Quitting the job. You can take off much as it won't. I'm gonna take off on the weekends.
So hey,
go to work during the week.
Y'all definitely be encouraged out there, man. I hope y'all enjoy episode 1. See, I'm gonna let you take it over. Tune in next Thursday. See, it's all you, bro.
Yeah, so once again, I appreciate all y'all being here. This is the Not the Same podcast, and what Not the Same mean, we're part of the remnant, and the remnant is part not the same. You're not like everybody else. So you can join in and be a part of this if you feel like you're not the same. And that's real good. You know what I mean? So like the page, Not the Same podcast on Facebook. We're going to try to get this on YouTube. Soon we're going to have like a literal podcast. You can get it on iTunes and all that, man. So we got big plans. If you're on Instagram, look up Not the Same podcast. We got that on Instagram right now too. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time. So I'm C-Micah.
Rob Redeemed. Hey, don't forget to submit that music, y'all, for real. Yeah. Like, let your voice be heard.
Yes, sir. And this is not the Same podcast. We out, man.
About our Father's business.
Grind mode.
Filled with this Holy Spirit.
That's a cheat code.
Holiness the standard.
We never fold.
We about to make a scene.
Episode.